Calling all members of the in crowd. If you want to get in on the action, we want to hear from you. Hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com, or slide in our DMs on IG at FadeRoutePodcast, or drop us a line on X at FadeRouteDNZ. You can find us on Facebook, The Fade Route with DNZ. We're on Spreaker. We're on YouTube, The Fade Route with DNZ. Catch our videos. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, and spread the word. Order up! It is time for us to order up.
Order up, order up.
Continuing on with our Major League Baseball preview, we are going to order up from 5 to 1 the American League West. The division of the World Series champion, lest we forget, the Texas Rangers. Maybe you did forget. Huh? Well, there you go. I just reminded you. So, from 5 to 1, who's the best in the AL West?
All right. Well, I'm going to start with the Athletics. Nothing really athletic about them. They don't have anyone worth talking about. And I have them finishing in dead last. I mean, what are they? They're the Oakland Athletics, but they're moving to Vegas.
Maybe.
Whatever. Number 2 or number 4, I've got the Los Angeles Angels. No Ohtani this year. No starting pitcher with an ERA that doesn't begin with a 4.
Yikes.
Trout is destined to get hurt before the All-Star break. Just awful. Just nothing good to say about them. All right, and let's go with the next one. I've got the Seattle Mariners, man. I think they're number 3. I think their ballpark is just way too big for them to be the best team in the division. I think the pitching has arrived. I think they're just still like one player away. They're probably another year away from being a serious contender. Number 2, I have the Texas Rangers, the defending champions. I don't think last year was I don't think last year was a fluke. I just think it's hard to stay healthy. It's hard to repeat. Corey Seager, he had a sports hernia. Max Scherzer's back. Jung is hurt. They're just gonna take some time to get their stuff together, and I don't know if the hunger's there from last year. And number 1, it's just hard to beat this team. I've got the Houston Astros. I have a hard time counting them out, especially if Verlander comes back. I mean, he's hurt, but if he comes back and he's able to top 92, 93 and pitch on and with an under 4 ERA, you got Altuve, you got Bregman, and Yordan Alvarez is a huge star. And they've won championships before. Can't count Houston out.
That's all fair. That's absolutely fair. But the top 3 in the American League West, we can agree that it is a top 3 and a bottom 2.
Those other teams could just probably start their own division, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So
Anthony Rodon, your
God.
boy, Anthony Rendon's hurt, and he's batting 167 this spring. Mister, this is my job.
Priorities.
To get fired from your job.
Oh, family and faith, right? Maybe he should go to church and start praying. I don't know. But we're in agreement. The Oakland A's, dear God, the Oakland A's. Like, it is absolutely horrendous what Fisher has done to this team and what you have on the roster. You have Brent Rooker, who was their all-star representative, and he's a solid player. When the best you got is solid, that's a problem. The best you got is a bench player elsewhere. You're looking at guys like Trevor Gott, who sucked with the Mets. You had Paul Blackburn. He's probably your opening day starter. Like, okay, that's fine. Wonderful. And then you have a whole lot of nothing. You have reclamation projects like Ross Stripling and Alex Wood and Sean Newcomb. Some prospects. I mean, you had Shea Langolier on here, but doesn't look good, man. It absolutely does not look good. And it doesn't matter. Here's all you need to know. Miguel Andujar. He's on the A's.
Wow, that's amazing.
Good for him. He's got a chance to play a full season in the show. Good for him. Good for Miguel Andujar. I root for Miguel Andujar because he got done dirty by the Yankees. But the A's, dead ass last. DFL. And the Angels in fourth. You can't argue with it. You can't argue with it. They are slightly more talented than the A's. Slightly. And it's only because of this guy named Trout. Now, if he ever says, fuck it, I'm done. Like, get me out of here. I know he said it was the loser way out, but you know what? I wouldn't blame him. You know? Would you blame him? If they're 30 games over, if they're 30 games under 500 and they're buried in the division, he's like, get me the fuck out of here. Get me out of here.
He's done all he can.
He does, yeah. He's saddled with a teammate like Rendon, Aaron Hicks. He's saddled with some winners.
How do you even play with a guy like that? That is Trout probably don't even talk to that dude.
I don't see how you could, man. It's like, baseball may not be a priority for you, but it's my priority. Clearly. This might sound like a shock to you, but number 3, I'm taking the Astros. I think there's going to be a drop-off. Like, the pitching isn't there like it used to be. Like, yeah, you brought in Josh Hader. You signed him for the back of the bullpen. But what's Urquidy going to be? What's Verlander going to be? Christian Javier is who he is. Framber Valdez, good pitcher. Is Lance McCullers going to frickin' pitch?
No, I forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Lance McCullers, like, come on now. And then Altuve's another year older. Bregman's another year older. Yordan Alvarez is a stud. Jeremy Pena, I don't know. Michael Brantley retired. Pena's okay. I don't know if he's going to be like the stud they think he's going to be. But, you know, they'll be in the hunt. They'll definitely swing trades. It's what they do. And they'll be in the mix. But I think there's going to be a slide back. I think there's absolutely going to be a slide back. Number 2, I have the Mariners. The Mariners have the young pitching. You have Kirby. You have Wu. You have Castillo. You have the bats. I think this is the time to make your move. I think the Seattle Mariners will make the playoffs this year. I think they have enough. It's all got to come together. If it doesn't come together, the Astros are going to be in that rearview mirror closer than you think they are, and then they'll pass you. And then, number 1, the reigning, defending, undisputed World Series champions, your Texas Rangers. Chris Young's put together a formidable roster. DeGrom is hurt. Scherzer is hurt. Monty isn't there. Yeah, they still got Corey Seager, though. They still got Marcus Semien, though. They still have that core. They still have the majority of that team still there. So, if they can get anything out of DeGrom, if they can get anything out of Max Scherzer, which won't be that much, if they re-sign Jordan Montgomery. I know they were far apart, but I know Monty liked pitching in Texas. If any of these things come together, the Rangers are going to be a sustained threat for a long period of time in this league. I'm not saying back-to-back. I'm not saying repeat winner. but they definitely could take home the division crown, and I can definitely see them in the American League Championship Series, possibly in the World Series as well. Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you like what you heard and want to hear more, be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Rate us 5 stars, leave us a review, turn on subscription notifications, and tell your friends. Spread the word, spread it wide.